And we're back on Later Today. About 24 hours ago, Denzel Washington was waking up to some pretty exciting news. He had just been nominated for an Academy Award as Best Actor for his performance in The Hurricane. I had a chance to sit down with Denzel after he had had his morning coffee, and he told me what he was doing when the nominations were announced.
I was actually asleep. So I heard about the news in my underwear. You know, my hair looking wild with sleep in my eyes.
Denzel's Oscar nod for The Hurricane comes on the heels of his Best Actor win at the Golden Globes. The film tells the real-life tale of Reuben Hurricane Carter, the falsely accused middleweight fighter who was jailed for murdering 3 people in 1966. It was a story the actor was anxious to tell.
I read the books. I thought they were fantastic. I thought this was an unbelievable story. And I flew up to Toronto and I met Reuben and I met his Canadian friends. He was living with them at the time. And I said, I want to, produce this and maybe be an actor in it as well. Well, they decided to go with Army Bernstein, who produced the film. So I didn't hear anything about it for about 5 years. And about 2.5, 3 years ago, Army came back to me with a script and said, this is, something that, do you want to be involved? I read the script and I said, yeah.
Is it true that you accepted half your normal fee to do this movie? You really wanted to do this movie?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we didn't want it to become a big budget film. So just about all the major players, cut their deals in half and, put that money back into the picture.
It's a compelling story, but some say it's inaccurate.
We're looking for 2 Negroes in a white car.
Any 2 will do.
Are you surprised by some of the controversy about the fictional detective and some people saying, well, this is not exactly the way it happened? Are you surprised by the controversy, and what do you think about it?
I'm surprised that there's this much talk about it. I mean, I've done 2 other films about real people, and there's always talk about that. Every film you do about a real person is going to be composite characters. And even the Canadians, there was actually at different times between 9 and 13 of them, not 3. So, yes, I guess we could do a film about each one of them and talk about each person, but, then the controversy would be that the movie's 20 hours or something. So you have to compromise when you make a film, otherwise you make a documentary.
When you look at the movie, how do you feel about the movie? Did you do the best that Denzel Washington could do? Norman Jewison said he felt that it was your best work ever. Do you think so?
I don't look at myself. It's up to other people to have whatever opinion they have. I've never worked any harder than this. I prepared for, like I said, 15 months. I prepared for Malcolm X for a long time as well. So I can't say this is the best or that's that. I don't pick one.
Speaking of Malcolm X, I think that was your first Best Actor nomination about 8 years ago.
Yeah. Was it that long?
About 8 years ago, yeah. Not too long.
That was when I was 15.
yeah, 14. That's
yeah,
right.
14, that's it.
Was this one different, being nominated this time different?
It's interesting. March 12th, I believe it is, the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And I'm presenting an award to Sidney Poitier. It's like an achievement, lifetime achievement award. When I won the Golden Globe, I was the first African American since Sidney Poitier, and 36 years ago, to win the Golden Globe. And here comes this opportunity again. So it has a different sort of a feeling this go around. I am more mature. I have been nominated 4 times. No, it's not like the first time I was nominated, but now the excitement really begins, I think.
I was surprised to hear that you don't get many scripts after, as you just mentioned,
I think my agents were surprised to hear that too. So I got about 15 of them now. They went to work.
Let's talk about that. Denzel Washington saying that you don't get a lot of scripts. Is that true, and why do you think?
Well, they're not making as many movies, and I'm real particular about what movies I make. I haven't lacked for work, obviously. So, but it was true.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, one could say the easy thing to say would be racism, but this is business. As these movies have made a lot more money, Bone Collector has done well in the States and overseas, all of a sudden they're going, wait a minute, hey, he's good. We've always loved you, Denzel. We've always loved you. You know that.
Come on over here now.
Nut, you.
Let's talk about your wife and your 4 kids a little bit. I also read that you try to make every game, try to make all of their school performances or what have you. How do you do that? How do you balance it all?
A lot of miles, what do you call it, frequent flyer? A lot of flying. And I don't make them all. It's impossible. You know, there's 4 of them, so it's impossible even when I'm at home.
What kind of dad are you? Strict?
Probably not as strict as I should be. What's the saying? Spare the rod, spoil the child.
That's right.
And there's something to be said about that with leaving town, coming back home feeling guilty about being away and overcompensating, being too nice sometime, you know. My wife has to be the taskmaster.
What would your kids say about you?
I don't know. But, I asked them a question, which was interesting. I asked them, we were all sitting around. I said, so would you guys want to be famous? And I assumed that they would say no. And they were all like, yeah.
This is a good thing,
I
Dad.
said, yeah. They said, yeah. I said, why? He said, well, because we can get into restaurants and, get free stuff.
Is this the best time in your life? One of the best times in your life?
This is a very good time. They say your 40s are the best time or whatever. And I can see why you come into your own, you simplify things. As you can see, I'm a very fancy dresser.
Yes, I noticed. You dressed up for us today.
Yes, I just, I'm me. This is me, I got my Casio G-Shock on, and I'm happy, Life is good. I got no complaints.
Is there anything that you haven't done that you really want to do?
Time for some romance.
What kind of romantic movie would you want to do? Romantic comedy?
Steamy, hot.
Okay, who would you want to do it with?
Oh, boy. I better not say anymore.
He didn't want to get into trouble with his wife, whom he loves very much. The Oscars are handed out March 26th. We'll be right back after this.